Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Rewards are changing again inside of FC 25 as EA surprised us yesterday with new FUT Champs Rewards updates related to the NumeroFUT promo that is coming on Friday. As of course Winter Wildcards is ending, we were playing for those rewards, but with these cards dropping on Friday and FUT Champs dropping right after they come out, we will now be playing for these new cards instead of Winter Wildcards. But is this even really a surprise? Because EA's actually already told us that inside of this Season 4, they're going to be refreshing rewards every single week. So we got to talk about that because we're no longer playing for Winter Wildcards guaranteed cards in our rewards. It'll be the new ones that come out on Friday. And also, Evos are back. We had 2 new Evos yesterday, but are they really Evos that we're excited about? We're still awaiting the big one. And I also think there's some investments that we need to make with the Winter Wildcards ending. We touched on in yesterday's video, and I think today is action day. Time to put those coins in some cards as we end one of the biggest promos of the year so far. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, and of course, subscribe if you are new. Let's look over yesterday's content on New Year's Day, January 1st. EA gave us a couple of nice things. In objectives, we really didn't have anything, so we're going to skip over that. Make sure you're doing the daily login. If you haven't finished that up yet, the daily play, of course, that's still there for us to do too. And there's like one of those play 2 objectives that gets some extra packs. I think there's like a day and some hours left on that. But we're going to Evos where we had the New Year's Evo. Guys, we talked about yesterday how Evos were maybe broken. I didn't think they were broken because it seemed different than before, but it was just EA waiting a long time in between dropping Evos on this game. We did finally get some new ones. We have 2 new Evos, the Quarter Century Quest 1 and 2. And honestly, I mean, these Evos were leaked to be way more exciting, or at least they seemed a lot more exciting than these actually are. Yes, you can put 85 rated Taram into it. Does that make his card a whole lot better? It's just a decent boost around the rest of the card. The thing that kind of holds this Evo back is the stat limits. Defending 84, maximum 86 dribble, 85 physical, and 88 pace. For this card mostly, he's not even given that big of an upgrade. And for a lot of the cards you guys might be trying to put in this, it's not that big of an upgrade because the stat limits that are there. It also gives the relentless playstyle, and it gives a skill move and a weak foot boost. Now, this Evo does have some good use. I don't think it's a terrible Evo at all, but I just don't think it lives up to the hype that we were kind of looking forward to with this New Year's special Evo that was leaked. I think this is actually really good in chains for lower level cards because it doesn't boost the overall that much, and it does boost the stats up a decent amount, and you get a skill move and a weak foot boost. So you take Bisek from 3-2, make him 4-4, and he becomes one good Evo away with some playstyle pluses from being a really sick card. Personally, for me, I might use it on this like Walker Zimmerman that I've been building up from his gold card up to this. He's already got good playstyles because I put him into defensive dynamo. I think that's where this Evo can shine, but of course, it's not creating pretty crazy cards unless you're going to do like a Koundé or an Eder Militao, since it does give a boost around all of the stats in the card from pace all the way to physical. I think it's cool for that matter. I just don't think it's like a super insane evolution like Attacking Avalanche 2 that we are still, of course, waiting on. So that's kind of the Evo content from yesterday. It's not really something we have to talk a lot about. It's pretty self-explanatory. Find a card that fits it for you, chuck it in, and enjoy the upgrade that you get there. Now, I'm actually behind on SBCs from yesterday. I haven't completed some of the daily login and all that good stuff. The 83 tenths, I still have not done those. We'll get those done and open them on stream today. But we have to look at Cody Gakpo, guys. He was our finally dropped Winter Wildcards SBC, and they gave him a 5-star weak foot boost and quick step plus. And the stats, honestly, I think this is a good SBC because of the price that it is at. Quick step plus with 88 pace, 90 shooting, 89 dribbling, and the 5-star weak foot. He can play striker and left wing, of course. Nice boost here. You got whipped pass, incisive finesse, technical Trivela, press proven, and of course the quick step plus. False 9++ is a striker. He does not have inside forward ++ on the left wing, which I think a lot of people, myself included, would have really loved. But honestly, guys, for the price, yes, you can technically look at the Evo'd version like we said in yesterday's video. I'm not surprised by this. The Evo'd version of Gakpo does technically look better, but that card versus this one for 100,000 coins when you've probably already used Attacking Avalanche on somebody, this is a really, really easy SBC to do. Let's be honest. It's got a ton of thumbs up on Futbin, 85, 86, and 87 rated squads, which actually seeing those ratings of squads and then looking at the price almost doesn't make sense. Any other week in this game, this SBC would probably be like 175 to 200,000 coins, honestly. But because of how cheap fodder is, this SBC is so easy to get done. And that's why I think the squads are a little bit higher rated in here, because it makes the price still only 100K. So I have no problems with this. Nice little SBC from EA there for sure. You did see some Liverpool links and some Dutch links in the Prem, like De Ligt, move up a little bit. Like, he was 140s, now he's 160. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's card moved up a little bit as well. Again, there's not a ton to talk about with this Gakpo because he's not a super crazy card, but he's a nice, fun one. I like the price. I think it's a good one. GG's EA. Now, yesterday, something we did expect happened. The 86 plus campaign. I mean, I was maybe expecting them to do something new here, but they didn't. They just simply refreshed the same 86 plus campaign, but it's cheap. 84, 85 rated with one team of the week. Very easy to get done and a fun one just to try out. So that refreshed yesterday. Probably the biggest W, though, was New Year's Kickoff. Just like on Christmas, they gave us a free 50K pack, or virtually free, for completing a super easy SBC. They did the same, but an even better one now, a 100K pack for completing this New Year's Kickoff challenge, which, once again, you can get it done really easy. Just make sure you're doing your daily gold logins to get some of those gold commons that you can very much easily put into this, and get, of course, your rating, your chemistry, and stuff like that done. Nice little free 100K pack there. That is nice. Now, with that happening, everybody, or basically everybody, getting a free 100K pack yesterday, that's bringing some tradable supply to the market and making some cards go down. But nothing is going down more than fodder, because what SBCs are people buying fodder for at the moment, man? We were wondering if fodder was going to hit minimum price, and look where we are. Minimum price on 86s. Low of 3.6, buy now 3.7. They are minimum price. 88s are just above minimum by about 1,000 coins. Same thing with like the 89s. Guys, fodder is literally as low as it can go. It is. And you know what? It's probably going to be winnable for some of these cards that are not minimum yet. Like 87s are just a couple hundred coins away. 5.1K min, 5.5K selling. These cards are probably going to be winnable at minimum price today on bid with Rivals Rewards. If you want to buy any fodder, and if you're going to invest in fodder, I think the only thing that you would want to buy would be 86s and up. And you'd really only be investing in when the hero player pick, which refreshes today, goes away. When this SBC right here goes away, where is it at? Hero player pick, all the way at the back. This 86 plus mixed hero player pick. When it goes away this weekend, we're probably going to have an icon pack come out instead of it, right? The hero, the icon kind of flip-flop every single week. This could be a time, if you want to sit on some fodder and just wait to invest for an icon pack. Maybe they're going to do an icon pick finally. If they did, that would definitely make fodder move. That's the only reason you'd want to invest in fodder right now. It could be a potential investment for the short term, and any time that fodder goes down a minimum price, it's kind of a buy. So that's what you'd be investing for if you're going to buy some of that fodder. Again, I'd definitely focus on the 86 to the 88s, maybe the 89s, because they're super cheap as well. Some people are starting to think about investing in fodder for exchanges as we head towards Team of the Year. I don't even know if I'd go for that right now. Seriously, like, I want some surefire concrete evidence that we're actually going to have exchanges this year during Team of the Year, especially with the SBC content on players being a lot slower. SBC content for upgrade packs hasn't been that much slower, but we have duplicate storage, so will EA push off exchanges? I don't know. We're waiting on some more confirmation and, actual leaks and valid info on that. So I wouldn't invest yet on that sort of fodder side of things, but something to keep in mind in terms of fodder as well. But fodder's super cheap because we all have it from 8310s and all the packs that we are getting, so it's not going up on the market at all. Now, let's talk about the market a little bit more. Division Rivals Rewards today, which, as I have not played a whole lot this week, I got enough rush games in to get my Evos done, but your boy needs to get 2 more wins in Rivals before the reset, which is very quickly approaching. I think with Rivals Rewards today, it presents an incredible opportunity to invest in Winter Wildcards. We've already seen Team 1 of Winter Wildcards rise out of packs very well. Cards like Lookman, cards like Holland center back, cards like Pedro Porro, and Declan Rice. My goodness, he's 400,000 coins. If you take a look at his graph, when was his low point? Oh, Thursday with Rivals Rewards. He was 290. This card's up 100,000 coins in a week. Now, do I expect everybody from Team, let's say 2 and 3, both, since they're in packs right now, to rise up that much? Not at all, right? Those Team 1 cards have had more time to rise. It was arguably the best team, but I do think there are opportunities to invest in this team on a lot of these cards, and I'm looking at some of their prices right now, and I'm seeing, they're pretty low. But the problem with this team is so many of them are darn near min price. That's the biggest issue, especially with Team 3. Even this Danilo card, whose minimum price 60K, he's 64,000 coins. He's down a lot. If you take a look at his graph, he was 85K yesterday. He can't go much lower. Could he go back up to 70K today? Maybe. I think you just got to be really careful if you're going to invest in anything in Team 3 specifically, unless it's like Rolfo or what's Vitinha. Okay, I like Vitinha. Vitinha I like for sure. He's 120,000 coins. He was 140 yesterday. I think you want to buy these cards during the supply. I don't know how much lower they're going to go with the Rivals Rewards supply today. I think they will go a little bit lower, but at the same time, I think this is going to be a big investing opportunity for a lot of people. So hopefully you do see a bit of a dip today, but then after that, I think you will see some of these start to rise. Again, don't buy anything that has a minimum price where the card is not selling on the market at the moment. I would definitely look for cards that actually are tougher to pack too, that you might want to try out, or that other people are wanting to try out, like Florian Wirtz. His min price is way too low. He's not going to go there. Bernardo Silva, I don't think he goes to 70K. Rudiger's down a lot, but there's no way he's going to 120. So that's the sort of stuff that I would look at. Maybe you look at icons and heroes as well that are currently in packs. I think today with the supply, though, brings a really good opportunity to buy anything that is in packs. If it's meta, if it's popular, and of course, if the price range kind of allows it, right? Like we've been mentioning. Now, if you don't want to risk it, go back to Winter Wildcards Team 1 if you don't want to buy anything in packs, or if you're not going to be awake like me during rewards, or at least for the prime time of buying those in packs cards during rewards, look for out of packs players. But again, I think you want to stick to the lower budget like we've been speaking on, less than 150K, maybe 200K, that type of value of card, like a Brahim Diaz, right? Or a Savinho. This card, he fluctuates really good every single day. Yesterday, he went from 53 up to almost 60,000 coins. Tuesday, from 55 up to almost 60K again. So if you can snag him, he's actually almost 60K right now and already starting to go up. But that's a type of player that if you can get him for the low point on his graph, he should continue to go up a bit more today. And I think with the injection of coins, you're going to see some of these players, especially once again, I'll say on the lower budget, just kind of continue to move up in price. I've actually invested in a couple of Kimmich, just because Kimmich is a card that I've been noticing fluctuates a lot every day. I get him in like 140K. I've already sold a couple of him for like 155 to not quite 160, but I'm hoping with the coin injection today, this card can go back to like 160, 170 maybe if we get lucky, as he's a card that if you're using a Bundesliga team, a lot of people want to use. So definitely take a look. In the out of pack stuff, which we're talking about here, would probably be the best purchased before rewards comes out. Definitely that would be something to look for there. The in-pack stuff afterwards, but you can look at anything on the market today, even after rewards. If it's in-packs, maybe some icons or heroes even, you should see at least hopefully a little bit of a rise today. Now, since I'm not going to be awake at rewards, I actually just went out and bought a couple of Rolfo. I don't like that I paid $330 for this one, but I just think this card touched 400,000 coins yesterday, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get a couple of her. She might go to 300,000 coin flat today with rewards, and she might drop a little bit. I may not be buying right now at the best price possible, but I know personally I'm not going to be awake at rewards. So 320, I got one here for 315 on bid. I'm okay sinking some coins into this card because she's one of the most hyped players. You look at Declan Rice, who's now 400K. Why can't she be 400K later on this weekend too? So that's kind of the investment we're looking at. I think for anything that you buy today, probably going to go up today, late night, into tomorrow on Friday, maybe even rises even further into the weekend based on what this NumeroFUT promo might be like. So that's kind of the market situation I want to talk about there. Of course, we'll keep talking about it every day and look more as things move. But I want to get to the main point of today's video, guys, talking about these rewards, because yesterday we saw this loading screen added to the game. They don't like to do like loading screen splash screens as you log into the game anymore. They just put it on the news tab, which is really interesting. But this is what started to get people talking yesterday early in the day, is if you go and look at FUT Champs Rewards here, let's go to rank 5, you see that it is now NumeroFUT player picks included in the rewards, not Winter Wildcards. I think the rewards are the exact same except for the player picks that we are playing for. And this is actually something that made me go back and take a look at what EA described in this next season of rewards. what they're going to be doing with rewards. You see 1 of 3 NumeroFUT player picks for rank 5, for rank 3. Once you get to rank 2, you get a 1 of 5 player pick. And I think if you go back here all the way to 4 wins, is this 4 wins? You get 2 NumeroFUT guaranteed promo pack cards. This is 4 wins, sorry. You get 1 NumeroFUT guarantee even if you get 4 wins in Weekend League, which is obviously solid. Anytime you get to play for guaranteed promo cards in the current team of new promo items that have just been released in packs, it kind of hits different. Like, that's why they've delayed Weekend League, right? Is so that they can put these cards in rewards. Obviously, we can't play FUT Champs Finals early on Friday mornings now. You start them right after or an hour after content when these cards come out in packs. It is kind of cool. It kind of reminds us of Team of the Season, right? Where the new cards drop a content and then an hour later, you're starting your FUT Champs Weekend League run. Those games that you play that weekend, you're playing for the brand new cards that just dropped. So that is why we have the new Weekend League rewards. Now, honestly, I thought we might have had Winter Wildcards again. I was a little surprised to see NumeroFUT drop straight away, but when I went to look at the fine print, I was like, wait a second, EA talked about this somewhere. They talked about it on the Winter Wildcards official website. Champs Finals. During the first 3 weeks of Season 4, you'll be able to earn players from the active campaign, active promo team that is in packs, including Winter Wildcards Heroes, which is what we had this last weekend, and NumeroFUT players. So that also kind of tells me that this is a 5-week season. The first 3 weeks, we're going to have Winter Wildcards and NumeroFUT. We only had 1 week of Winter Wildcards, so that means NumeroFUT's a 2-week promo. Kind of reading between the lines there. You see what I'm doing? And then, so the next 2 weeks after the first 3, so the last 2, you'll be able to earn minimum overall campaign picks and packs featuring Wildcards Heroes, Icons, and NumeroFUT. So that's why we only had 1 week of the Winter Wildcards cards, is because NumeroFUT starts this week, and for the next 2 weeks, they will be in rewards. Now, personally, I'm sitting back and thinking, Winter Wildcards players are pretty hype. Would I rather have these cards in rewards the whole time and then maybe not add the NumeroFUTs? Potentially, yes. We got to wait and see what these NumeroFUT cards look like. We're going to actually look at some leaks today as who's going to be in this next promo. Surely there's going to be 2 Playstyle Plus players, maybe a few more than there were in Winter Wildcards, or at least some, and some other bigger names that are involved as well. But I don't know. Like, that's cool. I like this in a sense because it has that Team of the Season type feeling where you're playing for the rewards. You're playing for rewards of players that were just dropped in packs. I like that feeling. That's pretty cool, right? Especially when they're all really expensive and you're like, oh, shoot, like I get to go for this card. He got just dropped on the game today. Now, of course, we never expect anything crazy from guaranteed picks and packs from like I only got 8 wins, right? From Weekend League this weekend. Another mid showing from me, but in my packs that I got, they were both trash, you know. So you don't expect anything cool from this, but it's the potential. I know many people that actually got good pulls from the picks or the packs that they opened for the guaranteed Winter Wildcards ones. So the hope is that NumeroFUT would at least give you the potential of something cool, right? And that's why we do like the guaranteed promo cards and rewards. I think it was just for me a little bit of a surprise. I forgot that EA was going to be upgrading the rewards every single week with the promo team that was going to be out. So I wanted to discuss that today because technically we are getting new rewards every week. It's just going to cycle through the cards that are in packs until the last 2 weeks. And that made me think too, wait a second. Team of the Year is not that far away. Are they going to be included in rewards? No, Team of the Year cards are not going to be. So EA is going to put this mix campaign picks and packs with only Winter Wildcards and NumeroFUT. That'll be happening during Team of the Year, which will be the end of this current season. So I wish there would be like Team of the Year honorable mentions or something in rewards. That'd be cool. But it doesn't sound like there's going to be. Now, let's look through some of the leaks and players that we know are going to be in NumeroFUT because there's been some leaks put out here or there. Guys, it's a Thursday. We know the leakers schedule almost every single week. We probably expect to see some more leaks of NumeroFUT players today on Thursday as well. But it looks like it's not going to be as hype. Let's be honest. We know. We're taking a step back and thinking. We've mentioned this too earlier in the week. We know that it's not going to be as hype as Winter Wildcards. Let's be honest. Because of the players, the icons, the heroes, it's just a regular team of players in this promo. But some of the names starting off don't look too terrible. Rafael Leao, he's probably going to be one of the biggest names in this promo. I know that he already has a Centurions. It's a very cheap card. This one hopefully would be a 2 Playstyle Plus player. I don't like these predictions with only 1 Playstyle Plus. That's why they're not confirmed stats. Since we already have Winter Wildcards with 2 Playstyle Pluses, you would imagine the top tier players in this new team would have 2. So Leao is in. Kamavinga, first promo card of the year for him. He is in as well. This could be an absolute gem of a card. I know that he has a really sick Evo at the moment, which, of course, is one of the reasons why I think that this NumeroFUT promo and why I like investing in some of the cards right now in this current Winter Wildcards team. I don't think Winter Wildcards players are going to be seen as worse than NumeroFUT. I think NumeroFUT's going to be below Winter Wildcards in terms of hype, which is why I like investing in the Wildcards players. But this could be a really good card too if he's got 2 playstyle pluses. Watch out for like confirmed stat leaks. Lewandowski is getting another promo card too. Please, EA, don't give him Chip Shot Plus. Give him something else, maybe like a little finesse and aerial or something. He could be a really good card too. His Total Rush, a lot of people used. And of course, Barca links at the moment with the men's and women's links. I've still got a lot of Barca links in my team too with Guijaro and Puteas. That could be very, very useful. A lot of people did Gavi too. That could be a nice Lewandowski card. James Madison's coming as a NumeroFUT player. I'm super down for that one as a Spurs fan. I'm glad I have not evolved any versions of him. Hopefully he gets a good double playstyle plus you'd hope for there as well. And then there's a few more leaked names. Lewa, Kamavinga, which we already covered. Neto, I'm guessing that's Neto from Chelsea, the winger. Jonathan Tah, Vlahovic, Goretzka, and James Rodriguez returning to Ultimate Team. One of those players, kind of like De Gea and Juan Mata, that has just been re-added to the game in that last update that EA did. James, not Jesus. Why am I typing in Jesus? It's not Jesus Rodriguez. It's James Rodriguez. His gold card's not even in the game, but he's 81 rated as a base version, and he's La Liga. So that's a really interesting one there. He's going to have a promo card. I know you look at this list of names and you're like, wait, there's starting to be some names that we've seen in promos before, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, why is EA recycling the same players? Well, let's be honest, this happens every year because the big players sell packs. But there are some new ones in here too, like Kamavinga is getting a new one. Neto could be good. Goretzka could be really good too. And then, of course, the James Rodriguez. And that's just the first couple of names. So, again, we'll look for this promo of NumeroFUT to hopefully have some other spice to it. Not just the players that are in packs, especially coming out of Winter Wildcards, guys. I don't expect this to be a super crazy hype promo, as I've mentioned. So hopefully EA finds some other ways to spice up the content for NumeroFUT. We'll be watching the leaks today. Make sure you keep an eye on Twitter. We'll be talking about it all in the live stream today as well, as we look forward to NumeroFUT being dropped and the end of Winter Wildcards, seeing if EA have any last-minute surprises for us here today. Now, let's talk about today's content on Thursday. Usually Thursdays don't bring us too much. Make sure you're double-checking objectives, SBCs, evolutions for stuff that's maybe expiring to get done from Winter Wildcards, because some of the objectives do expire this weekend, like the daily login. But one of the things that we're going to have today on content on Thursday for the last time is the 83 times 10. The refresh will be the last time. It'll be refreshing today, and then it goes away. We will not have this carrying on unless EA changed something, but I doubt that they would. So make sure you get those done today. And of course, when you think about Team of the Week cards being up in price, I got to wonder if Team of the Weeks are down a little bit heading into rewards. Let's double check here. Team of the Week cards are currently, they were like 16 to 18K again yesterday. Oh yeah, they're down. Was that a 15K Team of the Week that I saw there? So 15,000 coins for Team of the Weeks. I bet they dip a little with rewards. If you want to buy and then sell at content with the last refresh, the 83 times 10, I bet you could. But I'd be very careful with Team of the Weeks. I know we said it earlier on in the week, then they went up again. I don't expect there to be an 83 times 10 during NumeroFUT. I love to be wrong, though. I would really love to be wrong, let's be honest, because the 82-14 and the 83 times 10s, they really carry the menus in terms of the packs that we get to open, try to get promo cards, craft any SBC that we want to get done. Now, speaking of SBCs that we want to get done, I'm not expecting a big player SBC today. Technically, we're still Winter Wildcards, so we should have a daily SBC. The only leak that we have right now is for Lotta Schellin. This one hopefully is cheap. Fingers crossed that it's very cheap, because her card in the market now is only like 230,000 coins, 240,000 coins. Hopefully this SBC comes in at a super cheap price. I would actually be interested in completing it, just because she is one of the new icons added to the game this year, and her card actually is crazy good. If you used her loan version, EA gave out a loan version of Schellin earlier on in the year. Really, really good card with the Finesse Plus, but just now at this stage of the game, kind of like the Gakpo, right? Gakpo's cool. This card's cool, but does it really move your team in a crazy direction, or is it like a really meta card that you want to get done and grind for? Not really, and that's what we're hoping for with these icon SBCs, and they just keep on doing some players that are just like not that insane. So that's the whole situation with icon SBCs continuing not being that high. But that is the SBC that we could be seeing today on this game. Marquee matchups, of course, that's going to be dropping on a Thursday. As always, I don't know if we'll get a new evolution since we had 2 yesterday. I would imagine that we don't. And then, you know, you're going to have the hero pick that was dropped on Sunday, which we mentioned earlier in the video today about that one. That's going to refresh today too. Again, it's 84, 85 rated. I don't expect Fodder really to move too much for this one. So that's basically it for the content today. Usually Thursdays are not that crazy, but it should be a good day to get on the market, guys. I'm going to try to get on some more bids and find some more cards here in the next little bit that I could maybe invest in and look at. Icons, I have bought a couple of icons. I'll be honest, I picked up a couple of Blancs at 150 flat, and I would not pay any more than that for him. The icon pack that is making these cards drop so much is still in the store. And I worry a little bit today that maybe people are going to get coins from rewards and go rip that. It is not worth your coins. But some of these icons, man, they've just dropped so low, and I don't think that pack's going to get refreshed this weekend. So some base icons like, you know, Rio, who is 500k flat. If I saw him at 500k flat, I would pick that up. I just think that's a bit too cheap. Drogba was 400,000 coins flat. He's back there again, 390 for Drogba. I just feel that some of these cards are going to rebound a little bit into the weekend if that pack doesn't come back. But it's a risky trade to try to go about right now just because that pack is the thing that's making them go down and the pack is still available. So, again, focus on the low tier. I think that's the best place to be trading. I still have my Rodris. I sold one for 507 yesterday. So, again, we bought that for 420, 425. I bought 2 Musialas at 50K, sold at 56, 57. Usman bought at 71. This was bought at 60 or 59 flat, really small profit there. And then a couple of Tim Howards, just lazy listing out of those. So low tier is doing the best still in this market. We'll see if EA surprises us with anything today. Continue to watch out for leaks for sure for NumeroFUT cards. And best of luck in your division rivals, which I'm going to go and try to attempt to finish right now. Appreciate you guys, man. Hope you have a good start to the new year, and I will see you in the Twitch stream today. That link is down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. It's TheFutAccountant. See you in the stream today and a video tomorrow. Peace out.